everybody, welcome back to Stream the Vote. I'm JP Carliak, co-founder of NerdsVote. NerdsVote is your organization that brings voter registration opportunities and encouragement to gamers, cosplayers, con-goers, comic book readers, and pop culture fans of all kinds, aka nerds. Please visit nerdsvote.com so you can find out, you can register to vote. You can make sure that your voter registration is accurate and up to date. You never know. They change voter rolls all the time, so make sure you check. If you're under 18, you can pledge to vote when you turn 18. And if you're like, I've done all that, then you can also research what's on your ballot this November. There are still elections, even though it is an in-between year. You can pick up some swag, and you can also donate to us. So yeah, visit nerdsvote.com. Now, without further ado, I am so excited to turn over the stream to some of my favorite people that I know through X-Men 97, as well as just Marvel nerdery at large. From Giant Size Productions, this is the duo known as Chandler and Chris. And they're going to host our Marvel Rivals Hour. So take it away, guys.
All right.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, JP.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm Chandler.
And I'm Chris.
Yes. We are co-founders of Giant Size Productions. We're also podcasters, event producers, and we know the Marvel Rivals team. And we got to work with the cast members for a number of months since the game came out, and creating all sorts of cool opportunities for you guys. So next to me is James Mathis III, aka Black Panther. Welcome, James.
Thank you.
Yes. And we have Eliah Mountjoy at the end here, Winter Soldier, aka
Hello.
James Buchanan Barnes. Well, guys, this is exciting. First of all, Chris, what is your favorite thing about Marvel Rivals, would you say?
My favorite thing about Marvel Rivals is the artwork. Because you can get to see all these new interpretations of characters and the alternate costumes. If you liked the Marvel swimsuit edition from way back when, as an example, well, guess what? They put in all of those alt skins into the game, and you can unlock them.
Yes.
This is something I love about Marvel Rivals, and they're constantly coming out with new stuff.
Mm-hmm. Sadly, we don't have swimsuits for you guys yet.
Yeah, so there's been some messages with requests as far as such, but fortunately for me, I don't have to do that as a cosplay.
No. Well, what swimsuit would you like to wear if Bucky, or not you? I'm sorry, Bucky. What swimsuit?
Yeah, thank you for making that distinction, because there's a big difference there.
Yeah.
There's actually been some really cool artists online who mocked some stuff up and sent it my way, and it ranges all the way from the Loki banana hammock to just the regular Thor trunks.
Yep.
And I think that Bucky, since now he's kind of a political figure, probably has to be a little more conservative.
Oh, yes.
And so, as such, it would have more of a traditional trunks.
With a Hawaiian shirt, probably.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, what about the arm? Does the arm rust?
No,
Oh.
thanks to T'Challa, and that arm can go in the dishwasher.
Oh, that's right. Yes, we've seen that. We've seen it. And what about Black Panther? What's his swimsuit?
I believe it would be something very natural. Maybe a well-placed leaf or two.
Oh, I see.
And certainly fortified with vibranium.
Yes, indeed. Yes, he's one with nature.
Mm-hmm,
yes, indeed. So we're here with NerdsVote, and it's an exciting time. We are here to encourage voter registration. I believe in the chat we have commands that can kind of help people out understand how to register to vote, how to activate with NerdsVote, and there's also a donate button if you're feeling so willing to help us out and the organization in getting the word out and encouraging nerds like us to vote. I'm a voter. I am registered. I love voting, and so I encourage everyone. What about you guys? Are you guys active voters? Would you say?
Yeah. I think it's a really important thing. It's not only important. It's a privilege to be able to do it, and culture as it is, it's easier to eat Pop-Tarts and watch whatever. Because it's more comfortable that way. Mm-hmm. Having to vote means, oh man, now I got to actually think about why I'm voting this way, and that means I probably should inform myself as to why I'm voting this way, and that costs time, energy, and can be frustrating. But I've had some friends that do something that's really cool. They all get together and like 8 or 10 people, and somebody will be like, you look up this thing, and you look up this one, and you look up, and they all come together, and then it's not it's not like weeks of your life just trying to learn what's going on. Everybody comes together, and you're kind of like-minded, and you talk about it, and it takes an evening, but it's like instead of playing a board game or something like that, you do that, and everybody comes out a little smarter and a little more prepared.
That's awesome. I think that's how the nerds study in high school. I think they all kind of pool their notes and they have these group study sessions. I say that because one of my children is a nerd, certified nerd, and she has these group think study habits, and they do amazingly well in class. And I think that's an awesome idea, especially for breaking down the minutia of voting material.
Yeah, because we're in an off year for voting, and so you have to be very aware of what's happening because it's not a presidential election, so it's not as prevalent as other topics. And I do know I'm a big active voter. What I've found my role in the voting sphere is people contact me and they ask me, oh, what is going on? And I do the research and I help people that are like-minded or people that just want advice or any guidance on ballot measures. And that is a fun role to be in, to have people just genuinely reach out and be like, I'm a busy person, I can't read a lot of articles, and so I trust that whatever you think might be good information and knowledge, and so I put together just kind of a voter cheat sheet, so to speak, and help people be like, well, this is kind of what I'm leaning in these areas, and if you feel the same way, go for it. And I think people really appreciate some guidance because you can get a little lost in the weeds with all the different, which judges are you voting for, or what measures, and so sometimes it's good to help your friends out and be a little bit of a leader.
I am one of those friends. Yes. I make use of Chandler's cheat sheet all the time. It's very well done, Chandler. Well, I must say.
Well, you're happy to help.
There's also a more silver lining in that kind of an environment where you all get together and you're talking about what it is and why. It offers a place to, amongst friends, have different opinions. You see the same issue differently, or you interpret it differently, and it's okay to have that. I see it like this, you see it like that, okay, and then it opens things up to, it's not a black and a white world. There's a lot of diversity and gray, and I think it's good to be able to sit at a table and have, if everybody doesn't agree the same way, you go, well, I see it this way, and it opens up the conversation, and we're not against each other. We're all in this together.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the space has to be safe for that discourse to take place, because it's conversation, it's an exchange of ideas, and unfortunately, we've kind of devolved to a shouting matches, right? And there's no real exchange of ideas there, and it all just kind of gets lost in the mania, unfortunately.
Well, we have an important political question for everybody here, and that question is, in Marvel Rivals, which character would you vote into office?
Oh.
In Marvel Rivals, you got a large cast of characters.
Well, I think
you can't choose your own. You can't choose your own.
Okay. I think being a congressman is too easy a choice.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go first to give them time to think. I want Luna Snow because the concerts would be amazing. The Kennedy Center honors, out of this world. Luna Snow, you got my vote.
Luna Snow for president. I love it.
I would say Blade.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's not just because I want to see another brother.
I'm just gonna drop that.
It has been dropped.
He is good at giving 10,000 haircuts, so he got that going for him. Oh man, I was just going down the list thinking, well, if it was a god, they'd at least be around long enough to have a greater perspective as to what's the overall good instead of just this little blip that we exist in. It's hard because you really just want somebody who's for the people.
Yes.
And not for the powers that be. And he wants the good of the many. And that is not always an easy option. In fact, wasn't it Abraham Lincoln who said you can make all the people happy some of the time, but you can't make all of the people happy all the time? Something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So I I know I'm certainly not fit to make those decisions, and I wouldn't want to mantle that responsibility on myself. But we do need that kind of a leader.
So you're saying Thor?
I'd say T'Challa.
T'Challa, yes.
Yeah.
And I would say not Stark.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with
T'Challa,
that.
yeah.
I agree with
We've
that.
got some people in chat voting for Storm.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Storm.
Yes.
Yes.
I know
100%.
Daniel would agree to that.
Could Cloak and
Oh,
Dagger
yeah, and
count
Jordan.
as an entity? Like there's balance in there.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
light and dark.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I like that.
I'm gonna go with maybe someone a little controversial. I'm gonna say Emma Frost.
Ooh,
So Emma
okay.
Frost, obviously former supervillain,
Yes.
now hero. Can read minds, so she'll know exactly what everybody's thinking in the room. And what I like about her is that she really cares about youth. She cares about future generations. Her battle in comics is really for young people so that they have a better life ahead of them. And while she'll manipulate everybody on her level, every adult, to whatever she needs, she does it with the intent, I find, with care for future generations. And so I'm gonna vote for Emma Frost.
Wow. Okay, that really puts my Luna Snow reason to shame for concerts in the Rose Garden. But yeah, Emma Frost is great, a leader of the X-Men at a time. You know.
Yes, co-leader of Generation X.
Yes.
And I like that there would be an eye on toward the youth. I think teach them well and let them lead the way. Lead the children of the future. Yeah, that's what it's about. It shouldn't be a bunch of old talking heads making decisions about the future of the world. I think the youth should definitely play a vital part in that.
And should anybody get out of line, she sure has a mean choke slam.
She does have a mean chokeslam, and she would look dazzling at all the galas and everything.
That
So,
diamond chin,
I don't know. Is Chad coming in with any other characters? Are we feeling it?
Chat said I'd rather have Magneto over Emma.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
We've also anyone on X-Men is a solid choice in their own merit. Always
Yeah.
rooting for the underdogs and minorities.
Ah, yes. We love the X-Men.
I mean, Professor Xavier would be amazing if we go outside into the Marvel, right?
Oh,
He would,
okay.
Talk about somebody who could read minds, understands what's the good, wants the good. I mean, Magneto wants the good for his kind, but I feel like Xavier wants the good for all kind.
Yes, Xavier is controversial with comic book fans because of his willingness to make children army people put them into battle. But yes, I know what you mean. The ideals, the dream, the Xavier dream. Obviously his coexistence message is a lofty one. I'm sure it's. And we have an X-Men cast member crawling past us.
I didn't see, said.
He's morphing fast. Yeah, he's doing his best.
The X-Men stuff going on.
Are you sitting?
Right?
There you go.
That's
I'll look at
Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Are you guys familiar with X-Men stories? Is there anything that stands out to you in the X-Men world?
Not to me. I'm probably the least knowledgeable of X-Men tales.
I mean, I grew up on them, and fell in love with Wolverine also, as so many of us has. I'm not looking at anyone's particular direction. But we talked about this before, Chris. The overall theme of being born a certain way and being able to just be accepted for that, you're okay for that, you're okay how you are, is such a powerful theme. Just overall, and it's and the power of story and myth and weaving those themes in without it being like a Sunday school lesson with its furrowed brow and pointing. But that's what I love about story. It gets you to lower your guards and you accept this and you go, oh my God, that's how it is in real life. We're all in this together and we're different, but we're one. I love that theme. I truly love that theme, and the silver lining for me in this whole thing, Marvel Rivals, it's brought me back to my roots in comic books, because as a kid, I could not read very well. It's too distractible. Maybe there's some undiagnosed dyslexia. I'm not sure, but reading was always very difficult for me, and the comic books with the artwork, I was able to get onto that, and comic books were thereby my portal into story and character and development, themes and plot and all that. So we were just talking earlier before this about now Marvel Rivals has got their own comics and our characters are being put into that, and I just love reading comic books, and in their simplicity leaves a lot of space to, you know, fill in the blanks and get you to think and find those themes without an obvious stamp being put on it. Like, we're all different, but we can all get along. In fact, we're all stronger in this together if we can merge up. So that overall theme has always been really powerful for me.
Absolutely. I love the acceptance that the X-Men bring. You know, it's about accepting who you are, how you were born, you know, whether you have horns or scales or wings or whatever, you know, that you're a part of this community and a part of this family, and that there's nothing wrong with you. And I love that messaging that they bring to that side of the Marvel universe and everything. And they deal with politicians all the time. Politicians that are trying to regulate how they exist, politicians that try to control or register them, you know, so that they are, you know, controlled in a manner, and it's interesting, the politics around X-Men. But we should talk about Marvel Rivals, I realize. Because Chris and I are big X-Men people, you know, we've got our live stream here. Hi everybody, if you're watching, you know, we run an X-Men convention. But Marvel Rivals, so I'm very curious about you guys' reaction to the popularity of the game. Have you guys felt fandom rise around you and your role in the game in a way that's unlike the previous projects you worked on?
I would have to say I have felt the swell of fandom with the popularity of the game. I don't think I've been involved in a live service game that has felt as inclusive as this one, especially pulling from such a wealth of characters that Marvel has. There's bound to be someone that every player is familiar with, and the community there. I don't stream, but my castmates play and stream, and you know, from what I've heard about that, it sounds like an amazing experience. So it's been great being out and meeting the fans at the various conventions, and even out in the real world. You know, people who have played the game and really enjoy it. It's been great.
Yeah, I will second that. At the very beginning, we knew that it was going to be something special, kind of right off the bat, but I don't think any of us knew how special and how much momentum would come with this, and we just knew that we were really lucky to be part of such a cool thing, and whatever came our way, we were just going to ride the wave and have fun with it, and so yeah. James was just mentioning myself, Daniel, and Jordan streamed the game. We've always kind of wanted to stream. Daniel was the first one to start streaming of us, and then Jordan, and they kind of cajoled me into it. And so the stream has been a huge part of this for us. And as such, I think we have more of a direct contact to the people who are playing the game and the enthusiasm they have for it. And it has been wonderful.
And that's not common. That didn't exist really before in gaming. That interactivity with the people who are in the games, and so that you guys are able to do that, I think, really bridges the gap between fandom and the people who bring those projects to life.
Absolutely. And I was mentioning to JP out there, I'm very new to it. I'm just a few months in, and you know, it's kind of a trick to it to get the tech down. And I'm hearing laughs over here, but people tell me, you know, you're not a streamer unless you've got tech problems.
Yep.
So
there's always a learning curve.
Never start on time.
You can't insulate from anything going wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, and you just learn as you go, and our chat, anyways, has been so great with being patient, especially with me. Like, now my camera's not working. Now the audio's not working. Now I don't even have a link to the feed. It's just like everything that can go wrong will go wrong. But everybody's been really kind, and people from the community will come on and go, here's how you handle this, and you just learn bit by bit, and then you have this cool portal to to people who are already enjoying the game and a way to share it with them. And we open it up to we play with chat. People can join the queue. We've played, online, which is just so much. It's so much fun. I think IRL being here in person is the most powerful thing. It's like theater. You get that immediate feedback. You're sharing atoms. You can really feel. But we can't always be there, and especially with the internet, we can kind of be digitally on a global stage, and we have people from Russia to Australia to Japan to the UK and everywhere in between, and if you count them more, somewhere deep in the sea. And we cover the globe, and it's just a great way to connect, and it's been so rewarding.
Fantastic. Yeah, obviously we are on Twitch right now streaming. How can people play with you?
Oh, well, my channel is twitch.tv/Eliah_Mountjoy. Or you can find Danger Marin, that's Daniel, or Jordan Reynolds. And pretty much, if you get any one of those, one or the other will lead to, will feedback the circle. But Daniel's the one who is started the first, and he's also the most active, and he's probably the best at engaging with everybody. He's really the godfather of this, and so I always gotta give him mad props because he's the one who just started.
Yeah.
And so he really kicked the football and got the game going for us. And but Jordan is excellent at it, and he's got such a powerful, positive message. He always has got something where he lifts people up. One of the really cool things about the game is how well they cast each of our personalities. And I'm definitely looking at you for this because I always talk about how we're so much like our characters, and that really comes through in the stream too, because you can't just maintain a character like that for hours and hours and days and months. You see who we are, how we are, and there's a really cool connection that comes from that.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to talk to the chat over there. Hey, everybody in streaming land. I want to know, who would you vote for between Bucky Barnes and Black Panther? And you can, give us a long answer, and our lovely moderator will shout it out to us in between questions as we continue our talk.
Yeah.
So in the chat, let us know.
We will not campaign.
While that's coming through, we had a non-rivals question for Eliah, asking what a memorable moment from recording for Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty.
Oh,
wow.
okay.
Oh, shout out to the Cyberpunk fam. That IP is near and dear to my heart, and I loved that game when it came out. I was like, how am I not part of this? Because I grew up on Cyberpunk and Blade Runner and the whole genre.
Yeah.
And so I just got the game and I played it, and I just was a massive fan. And then they did the DLC, and I was cast as Kurt Hansen. And you don't almost every time you don't know what you're going in for. And so when I got to the studio, they're like, "You're here to play the main bad guy in Cyberpunk's new DLC," and I exploded. Right. And then quickly had to reassemble my atoms. So probably the most memorable thing is the thing that I recorded the most, which is something you hear on the loud horn, and it's also a good one because there's no spoilers. But it's just Kurt Hansen talking to the residents of Dogtown, which is a section in Night City. And he's an arms dealer who's raised to prominence, and he runs this district. And so you just hear, "Attention residents of Dogtown, this is Kurt Hansen." And then he'll go into some tirade about, "You think the NUSA is on your side? I'm going to tell you different." And he'll go into all kinds of different things. But that's probably the most memorable line for me.
Cool.
I love it. Yeah, that's great. Did you ever play the TTRPG? Cyberpunk Red?
Really?
No. When did that get released?
That's been out for a while. Yeah.
I was actually talking.
Did it come out in the 80s?
Well, I mean, they had like an older. I'm forgetting the name
I'm
right
like,
now.
Game
It's
Shop.
a cyberpunk like esque one.
Yeah, I heard that they're in
But
development now for
Yeah,
one.
there is
No?
a cyberpunk one they came out with though.
But this one you're talking about has been out for a while.
Cyberpunk Red.
Oh my god, I did
Check
not.
it out. Check it out.
Do you play that?
I do.
You're a gamer?
I am.
We'll follow each other out.
Okay.
Yeah.
For your question between the two of you, first of all, everyone's mad about it. Don't do that to us. We love them both too much to choose. We got president and vice president in there.
Right.
Then we've
I
got
think
some
that's the
people.
right answer.
Vice
Did-
president.
Yeah.
Bucky shines best as right hand man. T'Challa is already a king.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would technically be the left hand man.
Cyberpunk Red came out in 2020.
Oh.
All right.
There you
Yeah.
go.
All right, thank you. I'm definitely getting on that.
No,
That's the best.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Sweet.
that's some good answers.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
say.
yeah.
I love TTRPGs.
Yes, I would vote for that pairing.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's awesome that they thought to compromise
Yes.
and not to separate
Yeah.
parties, right? That's
Yeah.
why can't they work together?
Yeah.
I think that's
Indeed.
perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Indeed.
perfect.
Indeed. Well, James, I'm curious about your attachment to Black Panther and T'Challa. You've been portraying him for years across video games and animation and mobile and what have you. So, talk about your kind of attraction to the character and what he means to you.
Wow. I love T'Challa. He's the best friend I never had. He's the greatest confidant I've known. And he's probably the smartest person I've known as well. I love his values. I love that he's a family man. In Black Panther's Quest, I love that they introduced Shuri in that series and really developed the relationship between those two siblings, and that was an awesome time. Jeffrey Thorne, showrunner, Daisy Lightfoot played Shuri, Marvel, and I just think that he embodies a lot of the core attributes that I would want to teach my kids about how to be a good person to people, how to be an effective leader, and those things resonate with me. I've had the good fortune of being coached by great coaches athletically and by being mentored by great thinkers. And so I welcome the opportunity to be that for another generation of comic book or animation and gaming fans alike.
Agreed.
T'Challa forever.
I feel calmer listening to you talk. I'm like, okay, I'm relaxed.
That's what I keep saying. I
Yes.
keep telling people this. I'm like, when we go to
Like
signings and
ASMR.
conventions and stuff, I'm like, he is T'Challa. and I'm always like, I'm doing this, and it's like it's either this or it's this.
Yeah.
But
I have a deep passion for him, and I think, thankfully, having had the opportunity to play him as often as I have, I think I have a deep understanding of who he is, and at times I've had the benefit of collaboration with him, including turn of phrase, which has been really great to establish a deeper connection between myself and that character.
Even the fit today screams T'Challa.
Yeah, exactly. We were saying he's bounding.
Yes.
Black Panther bounding. I'm curious about your guys' experience from San Diego Comic-Con. We were all down there, and you got to interact with a lot of fans. You got to be on a big panel. What was that like for you guys?
I have to say, much of it is like my memory of the Shinkansen, which is the bullet train in
Yeah.
Japan, where you're standing there, you're waiting, and then you're like, oh, that was it, yeah. And so there's a lot of my memories through videos and photos and blinks of moments where, because there was so much happening so fast, and then I knew it was going to be exciting, but it was over so fast. It was 4 days, and we were all attached at the hip, and it was this to that to this to that to this to that to this to that. So, but talk about getting a chance to engage with fandom and people that were really into it. That I've never experienced anything like that, and it was really special to create this connection, friendship, as we're walking through the halls, sitting on these big panels and signings, and we forged some special relationship that I've never had in any other time of my life.
I concur. I'm content with leaving it there. It was the most amazing time in the pomp and the circumstance to meet and greet everyone, to be able to share our perspectives on our work in the game, what that work means to us. It was amazing. And thank you for allowing us to be a part of it. It was a really, really amazing experience. I think San Diego Comic-Con is the granddaddy of the cons, and so to have that platform to share in the Marvel Rivals fandom was something I'll never forget.
Yeah, you guys really do put something special together for us, and this is like goes back to when we were saying before Marvel Rivals had really kind of exploded. It's like something cool is happening. Let's see if we can get something together. Let's put something fun, and it kind of just continued to snowball. And at times I was like, this is going to snowball out of control. But you handled it with such grace and ease, and by the time we were there, it was a very nice, smooth flow. Though as the luge shunt as fast as it was, you guys put together a magnificent series of events for us.
I can imagine being an actor, especially a voice actor, where you guys are very, solitary. You're in your booths, you're delivering your lines. You sometimes meet your cast members, sometimes you don't. But then you go into an environment like a con, especially San Diego Comic-Con, and you go up on stage and you see, 2,000 plus people that are there to see you talk about what you do. It's got to feel so wild to kind of like visually see fan base.
It is wild, in particular because of how long ago we recorded
I
the
bet.
work, and so we're so distant from the passion of these lines that people are now living and experiencing as if they're brand new. And so I appreciate that they take us back to emotional experiences that were really rewarding because we're working on a project. It's great to be working. Everything is shrouded in secrecy, so we don't really know what we're doing. And Comic-Con for us represents the opportunity to share with the world this secret that we've held on to for such a long time, and to communicate to people how much it means to us. They think the value of the experience is that they get to meet us. No, the value really is in us getting to meet you. As you said, we record in a bubble. We work pretty much in studios that are themselves, square bubbles. And so to have our show hit the road, so to speak, and be able to meet people, it's just another level that is only similar probably to theater. The theatrical experience wherein you would see someone perform, feel their energy, and then be able to meet them after. I think that's kind of the vibe that I felt the entirety of our time in San Diego. This is who we are, this is what we're doing, yes, and we're in this together. It was awesome.
Yeah, I loved seeing this sea of fans and all that energy and all that love coming back at you. It was electrifying. I want to know what's the most memorable experience with a fan? Maybe somebody's given you a gift or told you a story. What was the most memorable moment for you with an individual fan?
I remember quite clearly what mine was. It was when we were in the activation area. Somebody said, "Hey, come here, I want to introduce you to somebody." And they introduced me to this guy who actually had a prosthetic left arm. And I was completely taken aback because he was so cool, so humble, and he had this badass arm. And I was like, you are so much more Bucky than I am. I get lucky to voice him in this game, but I mean, of all the attributes that Bucky has, you have more of them than I do. He said, will you sign my arm? I said, will you sign my arm? And we laughed about it, and then I got to sign his arm. There's a photo of it. You put it in this video that you just made for me. And that brought it right back to me. Like, oh man, that was a really special moment.
Oh, cried to the bone.
Yeah. What is it? it's echoing that. I think that's a really beautiful and special moment. And I think generically and generally and not as specific as that, I appreciate the moments where I create a safe space for shy fans to engage. The people who might need just a little coaxing, a little coercion out of their skin to be their real selves. I appreciate those moments because I think I have an ear for the genteel way that is needed in that situation, and so I just love it. I love that that's the exchange, and that I get to help people make memories
Love that too.
You know, another fun thing for me, funny enough, people, where we go, they want us to do our alts. That's always it's a common thing. And I'm always like, okay, but when I hear them do their alts, I'm like, good thing. And so then I'm like, it resets I'm like, oh, that is a really special thing. And when you hear T'Challa say, tremble before Bast, it's like, it's like, it's for real. Or Alpha, do her Tono Mai Yokore. It's in the flesh, like you're saying, on stage. It just hits you in a way where you're like, where else in the world can I go where there's this lineup of people doing their thing on down the line, and it's just like, whoa, it's a lot of energy. It's really amazing.
Yeah, people love your alt videos online on social media. Like, they get thousands upon thousands of views.
Millions at this
Oh
point,
yeah,
which is
millions,
crazy.
yeah.
That's kind of new to me. That people will take, a soundbite and make some its own video situation, which is it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I'm not as involved in social media as others, so when I do see it, they all blow my mind. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta tell my kids.
Yeah, I'm cool.
It's a street cred. Yeah.
Alts are fun to just say in life, almost as like a little motto to yourself. Sometimes I'm like working on video editing and I just go, I'm going to put on a show.
Yes,
And I'm just like, okay, just channeling Judy.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how often that comes up whenever we're just walking around and I'll mess something up and be like, Namor does not lose. or born again!
Yeah.
There's always something that
So
comes
good.
up.
I love it. I forgot to give a shout out to the Wet King
Yes,
himself.
look at
I'm
the
wearing,
shirt.
I'm wearing Daniel's merch,
Wow.
Wet King.
You too can be a wet
You
king at
too
home.
can be a Wet King. Yes. He's not here with us this weekend, but
He's always in our
he's always in our hearts / on my body.
Well, James, you're not on social as much, but Eliah, you are. What are some of the best fan content that you've seen of your character out there?
Oh, I mean, for me, it's all the stuff with Alpine. Alpine's his little cat.
Oh yeah, it's
And
so cute.
when I found out that Bucky has a cat, I was like, is this real lore?
Yeah.
And it is. And I was like, no way! I mean, there's just, it's too meta. It's too meta. I have 3 cats at home. And one of my cats is white with one silver arm. It's his left front arm. It's crazy. Ramses, everybody that follows me on the stream will know. Ramses, I break Ramses! But all that content stuff, it gets me every time. Somebody will repost it. Oh. And maybe that's why Paul, when he made me fight Namor over squids versus cats being the most cuddly, squishy thing. It might have come from that because I can't get enough of that because that's actually who I am. I named my car Alpine, and when I do social stuff, I'll be like, hey, it's me, it's Bucky, come to you live and alive from the boot of Alpine. That part of the lore I really clicked in.
It's fun. That's fun. Actually, I have a question for JP, who's off camera right now.
What's
up?
Look alive.
If Morph could have an alt line, what do you think he would yell?
Ooh, I
What-
like this
what's
one.
Like, it's his ultimate power move.
Yes.
Give us a call.
Give us
Sad.
an
The
alt.
first thing that came to mind was, and then there was Morph. That's not very ultimate movie. Well, okay. First of all, let me think of what his ultimate move would be.
And then there was
Yes.
Morph would be if you're healing yourself.
Oh wait, no, duh. Of course, it's Morph Smash.
Yeah, Morph
Morph
Smash.
Smash.
His ultimate move is like a full double fist pound from the Hulk. So yeah,
That's a good one.
I love it.
Yes.
That's fun. That's super
yeah,
fun.
I'd say that. Pretty basic, pretty obvious,
Yeah,
but
yeah, but
it's
it's
hey,
great. That's great.
when you've got a thing.
We have another chat question.
Yeah.
Question for James. You've already played T'Challa for 15 years now. How has the character developed over the years, and what do you think when you look back on your first performances?
Oh, yeah.
When I look back on my first performances, I see a younger version of a lot of the things I'm doing now. My choices are still the same, as in how do you choose between right and wrong, good and bad. They have afforded him more material with more weighted choices. So in our first iteration, it was probably a bit more pedestrian, and now I think the audience has matured, which allows me to portray a more mature version of him at times. And so I appreciate that, seeing the character evolve as I have evolved as a person. Did I touch all the bases?
Yeah, that was great.
What was the first role for Black Panther?
It was, for me, it was Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Wow, yeah.
For the character in animation, it was Fantastic Four.
Yes, that's right, because Larry
played
Houston.
by Keith David.
Mm.
Yes. And in fact, little fun fact, little morsel, when we recorded Black Panther's Quest, there was an episode that was to feature T'Challa's dad. So I was like, we gotta bring in Keith David.
Yeah.
We have to, for the fans.
That was your
Yes.
comment.
Got it to track it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, for the fans, we have to bring in the first voice, the first person voice. And
Wow.
thankfully, they were on board with that.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely little gem.
Keith David's
He's a personal
He is.
hero.
He's iconic.
Wow.
Right? It just
I
seemed
watched
like
the
the
thing regularly.
I shook
He's
his
my
hand
favorite
recently,
part.
and I was just like, oh my
Yeah.
god, you're amazing.
At the
Thank you.
gala. Oh my god.
Yeah, and I had
Stunning.
seen him perform when I was in high school. I saw him
Ah.
on Broadway with Lynn Thigpen, rest in peace. And so I had a great appreciation for his work.
Mm.
And so it was a great opportunity to be able to go and have that experience.
I love that.
Right?
I love that.
I have a Keith David story.
Ooh.
I was at the premiere of Mufasa,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was walking down this celebrity area or whatever in the line, and me and my friend were just chilling, and she recognized him and geeked out, and he started serenading us.
Oh,
Oh,
We had a
wow.
personal concert outside of
Oh,
Chinese theater.
Wow.
It was
That's
amazing.
That's
What an
And he does a
absolute
lot of
gem.
jazz, right?
Yeah, his voice is
Oh,
perfection.
yes. He also sings in Has Been.
I was gonna say,
And in Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, you ready? Oh, it's so good. He's like my favorite villain.
Shout out to Keith David.
Yeah, shout out to Keith
Shout out.
David. Yeah, well, anyways, we're here with Nerds Vote. If anybody's tuning in right now, we've been streaming all day. We are here to raise awareness, get nerds to engage with the community, register to vote, donate to the organization if you can, and just be more active in the political sphere. I think right now is a great time to not go and retreat and just think, my vote doesn't matter. I think now is not the time to do that. I think now is the time to definitely be engaged, know what you're going in for, and participate in the process of voting. Because if you feel like my voice doesn't matter, and that echoes throughout your friend group, and then it echoes throughout, your followers, then it just turns over, other people's opinions that you might not want. So it's just like, if you want to participate in the process, vote.
Exactly. On the flip side of what you said, get your friends together, energize them, get out and get the vote together, you guys. Get your family in on it. Everybody should have their voice heard.
If you've ever said to yourself, I wish they would just, that's a reason to vote. Oh, I wish we could just, that's a reason to vote. You see something in life that you want to be different, express yourself, use your voice, cast your vote.
Awesome. Whoop. Okay, now before I knock everything over. Hey gang, thanks so much to our incredible Marvel Rivals team for being here. You guys are awesome.
Thanks for having us.
I loved what all of you were saying. Eliah, we've actually, one of the things that we've been talking about for forever was a voter study party, which is, getting pizza, getting some drinks together, getting your friends, dividing up, which in California is a massive voter booklet with all the judges and propositions and all the things, and just communicating about, like, doing some research and being like, okay, I researched this judge candidate, this is what I found out. Oh, cool, that helps me. Well, I found out this. Oh, great, that helps me. And, you can have a discussion about things, or you can even just, like, share information and decide, like, I'm going to keep my decisions to myself, but we've all informed each other. It's, all of that is just a great way to make this fun, because voting should be fun. It should be about, like, hey, I'm making change in my country. That's a positive thing. That's a good thing. So I loved everything that you guys had to say. Thanks for being here. And up next, we have the Queer Power Hour with Queer Vox. to close out our day of Stream the Vote. So if you haven't already, visit nerdsvote.com, where you can register to vote. Check your voter registration information, make sure that it's correct. It does change every once in a while, so you want to make sure that you're up to date, especially if you've moved. You can pledge to vote if you're under 18. It'll remind you to vote when you are 18. You can see what's on your ballot and find out what you need to research, or you could just buy a t-shirt or donate some money to our cause. We appreciate all of it. So check out nerdsvote.com. We'll see you in a few minutes for Queerbox.